My phone buzzed on the coffee table as I sipped tea in my quiet living room. It was my sister. "Don't bother coming to the wedding. We don't need your drama there." I called Mom right away, my heart pounding. She picked up and said coldly, "It's better this way. You're always the one causing issues. Stay home." I stared at the screen, whispering to myself, but what if they regret this? I'm Elena, and I'm 35 years old. I work as a quiet accountant in a small firm, handling numbers day in and day out. In my family, I was always the overlooked sibling. They favored appearances and success, praising my sister for her flashy job and my brother for his big ideas. I grew up managing the family finances on the side, fixing their messes without any thanks. They put me down constantly about my boring life, saying I would never amount to much. It hurt, building up this low self-worth from years of being sidelined. I dreamed of real independence, of breaking free from their shadows. I wasn't the one with fancy degrees or big houses, but I had something they didn't expect. A sharp eye for details that would change everything. That skill kept me going, even when I felt invisible. If you've ever felt like your steady, behind-the-scenes work gets ignored while others shine, I get it. Do you know that quiet strength inside you that no one sees? Subscribe and tell me in the comments. Let's share how we've turned it around. Click hype to boost this for everyone who's been underestimated. The text came just 3 weeks before my sister's wedding. I had been excited, picking out a dress and planning my gift, but the message hit like a slap. My family claimed I was too negative and would ruin the photos with my plain style. I called them in shock, my voice shaking. My brother jumped in during the heated family call. He mocked my job outright. "Elena, you crunch numbers all day. Who wants that at a celebration? Just send a card." His words stung deep, making me question everything. Then it got worse. My sister posted the wedding invites online, tagging everyone in the family but me. Friends started messaging, asking why I wasn't going. "Did something happen?" one texted. I had to lie and say I was busy, my cheeks burning with shame. The public embarrassment spread like wildfire. People whispered at work, and I avoided social media. It built to a shocking twist one night. I overheard my parents on a video call with my siblings. They laughed about how they finally cut the dead weight. "Elena's out. Good riddance," Dad said. That pushed me to my limit. I hung up quietly, tears streaming, but a fire started inside me. The betrayals kept coming, each one worse than the last. First, they excluded me from all the pre-wedding events, like the bridal shower at a fancy venue. I called Mom to ask if I could join. She shut me down fast. "We don't need your input. Stick to your spreadsheets." Her tone was sharp, like I was an outsider. I sat home that day, scrolling through photos they posted, feeling the ache in my chest. It was sad, reflecting on how they always pushed me aside. Slightly bitter, I wondered why I still cared, but I pushed on. The second betrayal hit at a family dinner. I showed up hoping to talk it out. My brother announced my exclusion loudly in front of relatives. He joked, "Elena's invitation got lost in her pile of bills." Laughter erupted around the table. Aunts and uncles stared at me with pity. The humiliation burned, my face hot. I left early, driving home in silence. The car's hum, the only sound louder than my racing thoughts. I suffered, crying alone in my apartment, the smell of takeout food turning my stomach. Yet I began to show resilience. I journaled my thoughts each night, vowing not to beg for their approval anymore. The third betrayal was pure manipulation. My sister called, sweet at first, asking for money to cover some wedding costs. "You're good with finances, Elena. Help me out." I sent the cash, hoping it would mend things. Days later, she texted back, "Actually, we decided you're not worth the spot." She withdrew the invite fully after getting what she wanted. It crushed me, but I didn't yell. Instead, I stared at the bank app, feeling a shift. No more tears. I started planning quietly. What they didn't know was that Grandma had left me a secret inheritance. She saw my true worth when no one else did. I'd kept it quiet, waiting for the right moment, but their cruelty was speeding things up. The air in my room felt heavy with anticipation as I pulled out the old envelope from my drawer. I had documents proving her trust in me, something that would flip their world upside down. Grandma's letter praised my honesty, the one quality my family lacked. They thought I was broke and irrelevant, but this secret would show them otherwise. I smiled faintly, imagining their faces. The plan formed in my mind step by step. No one suspected a thing. I whispered to myself, soon. The suspense built inside me like a storm gathering. They had no idea what was coming. My cousin Lisa reached out secretly one evening. She was the family's other black sheep, always on the outs like me. "Elena, I heard what they did," she said over the phone. Her voice was warm, sharing her own exclusion stories from past gatherings. It felt good to have someone understand. Lisa helped by digging into family secrets. She confirmed my suspicions about their favoritism, sending me old emails that showed how they plotted against us. "We've got this," she whispered. Meanwhile, my family grew arrogant. My parents boasted about the perfect wedding to neighbors. "It's going to be flawless without any drama," Mom said at a lunch I wasn't invited to. My brother bragged about inheriting family assets. "The house will be mine soon. Elena's out of the picture," he told friends online. They thought they'd sidelined me for good. Tension built as the wedding day approached. I gathered strength, meeting Lisa in a coffee shop where the bitter brew matched my resolve. My family planned post-wedding celebrations, excluding me entirely. They laughed about their victory, unaware of the brewing storm. I stayed cold and confident now. No more bitterness. The pieces were falling into place. 3 weeks after the wedding exclusion, the confrontation happened in the lawyer's office for Grandma's will reading. I arrived unannounced, slipping into the back row. The room smelled of polished wood and stale coffee. My family sat up front, smug. The lawyer cleared his throat and called my name first. "Elena inherits the family home and savings. Grandma specified her as the one with real integrity." Gasps filled the air. My sister yelled, "That's impossible. She's nothing." My brother jumped up. "Contest it. This can't be right." But the lawyer revealed evidence. Grandma's notes criticized their favoritism. "They always praise the showy ones, but Elena has heart," one read. My parents protested loudly. "We deserve this. She's the problem." I stood tall, assertive. "No more. Grandma saw through you." Their attempts to contest failed. Proof showed their manipulation of her in her last days, trying to change the will. It backfired hard. The lawyer exposed it all, their claims crumbling. They lost everything they expected, faces pale. I walked out in control. With the inheritance, I started my own accounting firm. It grew fast, giving me the independence I dreamed of. I felt empowered, free from family ties. At last. They faced consequences. Regretful calls came, but I ignored them. "Elena, please talk," Mom begged in a voicemail. Financial strain hit without the assets. My sister sold her fancy car, brother lost his bragging rights. They learned the hard way. I learned that sometimes the quiet ones hold the real power. Don't let anyone dim yours. If your family ever shut you out of something important, making you feel worthless, I know that sting. Tell me in the comments about a time you were uninvited or sidelined. How did you bounce back? Subscribe to connect with others who've risen above it. Click hype to help this story reach others who need it. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like and click hype to help it reach more people who need to hear it. Your voice matters in our community. Share your own experience in the comments below. I'm reading.